Hello and welcome back to Think Learn More. So today what I'm going to be doing is another Xcode video. So in this video what I'm going to do is show you guys how to, really when you swipe or go to another view controller, make that small pop-up where you can go or swipe down to go back disappear, since that's in all iOS 13 devices. So let's get into it. So here is where I have my project. In my project, what I'm going to do, or what I had made, is a test transition project, single view application, and really no other main changes. Just make sure it's storyboard for its UI, not Swift UI. Now, what I'm doing is going to the main storyboard, and in the main storyboard, while this is loading in, what I'm going to do is add another view controller. So, once I've added that another view controller, as you guys can see here, controller, I'm now going to do two things. Storyboard ID here. The storyboard ID, it can be page 1, and you guys might recognize this from my other video. And this storyboard ID, if you can guess it, page 2. So now I'm going to add another file to this, and it's going to be a Swift file, and let's call this page 2. Let's import UI kit, and let's make a class page 2. Keep it the same as our file name, UI view controller. And now we have this. Let's make an override function. Override func view did load. Now, what we're gonna do is also, I always make this mistake, this has to be a colon, not a dash. And now we're gonna do this. View did load, make sure to have that there. Super dot view did load. Now we've got our view did load function set up. Now let's go back to our main storyboard. Here, this class is, if you could see, it's called a view controller. This is right now just a view controller too, but this one at least has the class of view controller, which is over here. Let's change this to the class of page 2. Now that we've done that, let's make something in each of them. Let's just add 2 labels. One will say page 1, and it's going to be on page 1. And the second will say page 2, and it's going to be on page 2. So UI label, attributes, which is this thing here, attribute inspector, page 1. Just copy and pasting, bring it over here, wherever it is, that doesn't really matter, page 2. Now that we've separated these and you can tell them apart, let's go to the code. So in our view controller, or the class of view controller, we can already see we have this function here for view to load. But what we want to do is copy this function into it. So now, here we have this function. Now, just to look at it, here we say that VC is a view controller, and we want to make it, or we want to, in the storyboard, instantiate this new view controller. And the reason I'm doing this instead of adding a segue is because you need this for this part, which I'm going to explain. Now that we know VC is a view controller, we can do, or we know it is this identifier, VC.modal presentation style, meaning the way when you show it, I want it to be full screen. Just to show you guys, there are other options. Automatic, which is how it is with that small thing to go back, current context, custom, form sheet, full screen, over full screen, and a lot more. So what I'm gonna just do is keep it at full screen. And now there's another thing, modal transition style. So what modal transition style is, how's it gonna transition to the next one? So there's a few. If you were to do dot, cover vertical, cross dissolve, flip horizontal, and partial curl. I personally like flip horizontal, and this is when we're swiping left. You'll see what I mean. And then you're presenting the view controller with the animation in it. Now, since we already have this function copied, let's go to our page 2 and paste the same function. But when we're on page 2, if you were to pay attention, you actually swipe right. So we can call it swipe right gesture. And now, from page 2, we don't want to go to page 2, we want to go to page 1. And now, when we have this, we are going to want to add some code that is necessary inside the view.load for this to actually work. So that code would be this. So right now we are swiping right. Let's go to our viewController.swift and paste. Now we have this swipe left gesture. Now that we already have it copied, let's go to page 2 and paste again. But instead of swipe left, let's make this, once again, as I told you guys, swipe right. Here, swipe left gesture, there's no such thing because that's the function. Go here. And now let's copy, paste, paste. And now, there should be no errors at all. All we have to do now is just run the project. Command R, your simulator, it is right here, or now it's here. Also, if you guys did not know, I had gotten a new YouTube studio setup. So this is how, I have a second monitor next to me, so I have an extended screen, and it's pretty nice. So now this should, well, it's trying to run it on an actual iPhone. We want to run this to our iPhone 11 Pro Max, just to double check. Yep, this is iPhone 11 Pro Max. Now let's run it on. Now it will, well, it's building 21 out of 36 tasks. And then it's gonna pop up right here, as you guys know. So let's just wait a second. It's pretty much almost done. 27 of 36 tasks done. build succeeded. Now it's launching it. As you can see, there it is, right there. And now it should open. There you go. So now that it has opened, we added that swipe gesture. Let's wait for the actual main storyboard to pop up. Right now, it is showing the launch screen. There we go, page 1's there. Now if we were to swipe right, we see that. So, swipe right, swipe. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos about iOS development and a lot more on this channel. Also, tell me if you guys like my small YouTube setup in the comments. So I guess, bye.